Hello my fellow Follow the Samurai players, Zaript here, and today I want to show you the game I played on ladder yesterday, and this is my opponent. His nick is Kar, and he's from clan Kor, which I think Korean clan, and he's quite high in ladder. His position is 130, I believe. Yes, and not that it mattered much, but he didn't drop on me, so I assume this is a decent player. I never seen him on tournaments, but he managed to climb the ladder without dropping. So that's why I'm showing you this game. And the second reason is because of composition I have to face this time. He has a gun general, he has 3 vanilla hierarchy and 1 vanilla hierarchy with 5 chevrons. He has 4 vanilla white bears, United States Marines, Royal Marines, and black bears with 150 range. I use the same build I showed you in previous game, in my previous video. I have 2 Shogun with 1 upgrade in speed. I have 2 spear levy. I have 4 hierarchy with 7 chevron each, and 1 Shogun Guard Cavalry with 4 chevron. My general is a mix between gun general and command general. I have 1 Black Tortoise Force with 2 upgrades since reload, and United States Marines. And here I have my Shogun with 6 upgrades. They're very highly vetted and really dangerous unit. So from the very beginning I use my cavalry advantage to force my opponent from taking any of the hills. And you see what does this combination of melee rush and one strong 150 range unit do. I can completely control 2 points, and it isn't that easy for my opponent to attack. If he tries to attack me on one side, he will weaken the other. Well, I discussed that when I showed you the Twitch's build. And let's see how it goes, because now my enemy is in defensive position, on the hill. He has 4 cavalry, even if it's weak cavalry, and I have to somehow attack him. And we will see if I manage it or not. And you see, this is a really nice wave. He has 150 range units on the hill, so if I try to rush it from the front, they will probably destroy me with 3 shooting units at one time. So I did what I do usually on ladder. This will not probably work on the tournament, but on ladder it works okay. I create different points of attention. He has middle to take care of. And now I start to push him from 2 flanks. Slowly, no need to rush. Even so, I have a rush build. No reason for me to attack at any of the points, because he is passive. So what I try to do now is I try to position my forces in such a way that it would be easy for me to attack him at the same time from all sides. I want perfect timing. And I want the timing to be easy to micro. Which will obviously not, but still. Well, I will speed this up a little, because you see I'm trying to move my United States Marines in the better position. I try to move my strong Shogun into better position, and I slowly force him to move in more and more defensive position. So now he has 2 units facing his right, and that means that this 2 unit doesn't face middle. And he tries to harass me with his gun general. I try to make him go away. Boring stuff. And action will start soon. Oh, he tries to get my general here. And you see... Oh, well, I will slow this down when I start moving. So, what I managed to do now is only 3 units face middle. And I start my attack. Because nothing to wait here, I align it on all my forces as I wanted. So, I start frontal attack to make him put his attention here. At the same time, I try to do some flanking with my cavalry on both flanks. And you see how devastating this is.
Your men are routing, sir.
Really, really scary. 4 units shoot at the same time. And I said, here I use forest for my advantage. My Shogitais will manage to get into the range. Here I see that my Shogitai dying, so I decided to charge this line unit with my Shogunate Guard Cavalry because I had no choice. Well, I believe I had no choice. And here I actually charge his 150 range unit because I know that my cavalry is strong enough to sustain some time against 2 of his units. This is what strong cavalry gives you. And at the same time, a lot of strange cavalry actions going on. Here I stop his Whitebeards from shooting into my Black Tortoise force. And in this mess, you see, one of my Shogitais were completely destroyed. And this one has 60 men, and this one has actually 90 men. And see, now that they got into the melee range with 2 speed upgrades, you can't run from them. They get to the enemy and slaughter them. This is what you want from melee build. And because I had strong cavalry, I managed to get his cavalry faster than he mine, and now some clearing starting. Well, this is a dangerous point, but in the end I have 100 men in my United States Marines. I have my Shogitai hitting the back of these Royal Marines, so he has no allied units left. No, he still has the United States Marines.
Your men are running, sir.
And you see, there is nothing like cavalry drag or cavalry exploit needed for this. You need strong cavalry, and you just have to know how to use it. Because if you manage to get your cavalry to charge his line when he aren't shooting, you see, none of my cavalries were shooted at. And they lived to the very end. And let's see. The reason why I wanted to show you this game is because he didn't do that bad in the defense. I mean, he managed to get a good defensive position. He put his line in waves. He actually countercharged my cavalry units with his cavalry units. But because of he was too defensive, I was able to push him at the same time from all the sides. And that is easier for me, because that means that I only have to face 2, 3 or 3 line units at maximum. And just imagine, what if I have attacked him from the front and I would have all of his 6 or 7, even 7 line units shooting at me. That would have destroyed me. And as you can see, we actually deployed the same amount of men, but I killed 200 more. Okay, let's see. This is my Super Shogitai. You see, they lost almost 60 men while getting to the target, but after they got there, they just I mean, this is some... how do you call it? They are maniacs. They are just maniacs. And, well, cavalry, obviously, I charged them a lot. I disengaged and charged again. United States Marines did okay, but the main point, they didn't lose that many men. So, in a prolonged fight, they would have won for me. Yariki did okay. Black Tortoise was surprisingly good. Well, you see... ah, man, you have to rewatch if you want. I can't explain in words how did I use them this well. I just gave my opponent targets to shoot. I gave him this frontal attack, which he has to deal with. And then I just pushed my line from two flanks and charged cavalry at the same time. This isn't that easy, and I can't manage to do this consistently. But if you can do it, if you can time your attack well, then you will win. And you see, this Shugitai, they were just decimated. No kills and 95 men lost. This did okay. Well, the main point, they got his attention in the middle, which allowed me to bring a devastating blow from the flanks. And he, well, obviously, line shooting from the back, line, and the others didn't shoot that much because at some point they were forced to run from my Shugitais. Which, and I'm okay with that. That was the plan. So, I showed you how you can win against hill camper. It isn't easy, but you can still do that. Or you can just push him from all dodges and capture them. That can work too. Well, thanks for watching. I hope to see you again on my channel.